Well, I bet you thought I might run out of things to say. Well, not me. I never run out of things to say and talk about. This may turn out to be a two-part video, considering how long it might last. But I thought we would go into dress codes. Now, some of you might not even be familiar with what a dress code even is. Maybe you think, going into a restaurant, that means you got to have a shirt and a tie, or you can't go barefoot, and those are dress codes, yes. But I'm talking about, oh my God, the dress codes that I had to go through when I was going through school, and I went through several changes. Um, in elementary school and probably all the way through junior high, the dress code was that little girls could only wear dresses and skirts. That's it. No pants at all. And, while you're growing up and you're little, to me, that it didn't really concern me that much. I mean, okay, yeah. Probably would have been more comfortable wearing shorts or pants, but it just never bothered me growing up, at least in elementary school. And then along comes those wonderful years in middle school, or junior high as we called them. In some places they're different. Some of them are 6th, 7th, and 8th. Some are just 7th and 8th. Some are 7th, 8th, and 9th. Where I went to school, they called them junior high, and they were just 7th and 8th grade. That was it. And when I was getting ready to go into 7th grade, we had a music teacher that traveled around at the different elementary schools. And I went to, it's just the way it was. It was just because of the neighborhood and the zoning. It was an all-white elementary school. I think finally in my 6th grade, we had one black student or two sisters, and that was it. Hispanics, yes, we had Hispanics. I went to school, so in the wonderful town of Bakersfield, California. That's another story. We can always go into that one later. Yeah, home of Buck Owens, hee haw. Anyways, so I remember this. Back to the music teacher. Sorry, I get off on tangents. She was kind of preparing us for going into the 7th grade. Of what to be prepared for. And one of the things was that, unfortunately, my particular elementary school was going to be split between two different junior highs, depending on what you were zoned for. So I was zoned for, oh my God, it must have been the oldest junior high ever built in Bakersfield. I swear to God, it was called Golden State. Oh my God. But anyways, and she said, well, you students that are going to Golden Gate, just remember, this was, back up a little. This was Bakersfield's answer to desegregation. So anyways, she said that, well, don't be afraid of the little black kids. They're just as afraid of you as you are of them. Well, no, they weren't. Oh, no, that was a lie. I remember the first few days we were there, us little white kids were kind of huddled together, because we didn't know what to expect. We smiled. I mean, we were all kids, but we got in line to go to lunch, and remember, it's junior high, okay? All right, junior high. And there might be one or two black girls in front of you. And all of a sudden, come over here. And all of a sudden, all their friends, and it would just, we were pushed back and back because all their black friends would just crowd in front of us. And we were too afraid to say anything. So they just crowded away. And that lasted for about, maybe a week or so. And then, of course, we started saying, no, back of the line. And then there would be a little bit of friction. But after a while, if they knew that they couldn't get away with one or two black kids in the front, then all of a sudden you had 25 or 50 of their friends crowd in front of you and you finally stuck up for yourself, they did respect that. And there wasn't that much of that anymore. The interesting part of this whole scenario of going to this school, was, well, there's a lot of things, but the black kids, they had they have school buses, and that's how they would arrive. But as white kids, well, they didn't give us a school bus. No, you had your choice. You could have your mama or your daddy could bring you by car, or you could pay to ride the city bus. It wasn't free. And that's how we had to get there. It was, weird times. And Golden State, Golden State did not have a gymnasium. They did not have lockers. So, dress code? We weren't allowed during PE there was nowhere to go to undress and get into some PE clothes. We exercised in our dresses and our skirts. Wow. And I'm talking about, playing volleyball, basketball, and then exercising. And we always wondered, they did divide the class during PE between boys and girls. Though, when we played volleyball or basketball, no, those are mixed. They were mixed teams, and I had a blast. But anyways, we always wondered why the boys like to run the laps while we exercised. Well, duh. Here we are, this is the time when miniskirts were very popular, and we had to do, touch our toes. Jesus, really? Touch our toes in skirts and dresses. Gee, I wonder what would flip up for all the guys to see. Oh, God. And in Bakersfield, did other junior highs have lockers and places where they could change into PE clothes? The answer is yes. Just not our junior high because it was so old. It didn't have anything like that. Oh, my God. And then, like I said, you're in junior high and everything's changing. You're going through this horrible stage of puberty. And it was not my best years at all. That's, where, unfortunately, where a lot of us girls started to have our periods and body changes, and mood swings were awful. And I was overweight in junior high, not happy with how I looked. It was just not a good time all around anyways. So anyways, we had to exercise in our street clothes. And I'm talking like jumping jacks and touching your toes or whatever, just out on the playground. And, oh, God. I wonder if they finally tore that damn thing down, or if they finally entered the 20th century or the 21st century. My God, it was not a good. And then, trying to get home. Okay, well, again, city bus, or your parents picked you up, or you walked home. And we usually walked home, and it was a long walk. And I, during that time, I had to get home to watch my favorite soap opera, which was Dark Shadows. Does anyone remember Dark Shadows? Oh, I'm sure a few of you do. So it's like, I got to get home. I got to watch Dark Shadows. I don't have time for this. But yeah, there was a lot of changes, of course. Wonderful years for anyone, all of us to have gone through in the 7th and 8th grade. Oh. All right, so now we're in high school, and our high school that we went to was 9th through 12th. And let me tell you something about this high school. Bakersfield was very original. They had BHS, which was Bakersfield High School. And there was North High, South High, West High, East High. And we went to South High. And that I was lucky. We lived about 2 blocks from the high school, so we could just walk. But for a while, guess what was a symbol for South High? Oh my God, you just get it was a Confederate flag. Oh God. And our mascots was Johnny and Jody Rebel. And he was dressed in oh my God. He was dressed in a Confederate uniform when she was, of course, the Southern Belle, dressed like a belle of a Southern Belle. Oh my God. And we had a drill team, and this school was pretty much equal white, black, and Hispanic. It was, there wasn't like an overage of any particular race. And we had a drill team, and the girls, the drill team was a flag team. They twirled the flags. Guess what flag they twirled? Oh my God. The Confederate flag. Parades and everything. That went away, I think, shortly after we got there, because the world was changing. It was after Martin Luther King and all that good stuff. So you're going to have to excuse me. I need some water. Okay. So when we got there freshman year, it was still the same dress code. Girls, skirts and dresses. But then again, women's lib was coming along and everything like that. So I think it was a sophomore year, probably so, when we got to wear pantsuits, coordinated pantsuits. Those polyester shitty things. Oh my God. You allowed girls to finally wear pants. No jeans, but you could wear coordinated pantsuits. Oh boy, yeah, that lasted not too long, and then again, there was mini skirts, and there was times when, if they thought staff thought your dress or your skirt was too short, make you get down on your knees and measure it, and it had to be and I don't remember, X amount of inches above your knee, and if it was more, they sent you home. Oh God, geez. And then I think finally they said, oh, forget it. Let's just let the girls wear jeans. Thank God. Jesus Christ. That was just like awful. In high school, having to wear, like I said, I remember freshman year, it was still skirts and dresses, and then it laxed a little bit to the pantsuits, and then finally, you could wear jeans, thank God. So, again, this is another story for another time, but unfortunately, before my senior year began, last year, with all my buddies, my parents decided to move. Oh, Jesus. Oh, well, like I said, I'll go into that later. But we ended up, we were going to move at that time to Oregon, believe it or not. But my mom and I kind of said, why do we have to move so far away? Let's take a trip to the coast and get away from all this. So we went to Ventura, California, and there was it just opened up, and it was a nice top of the line mobile home park going in there. And I said, can't we just move here and be on the beach? Wouldn't you be happier than moving to Medford, Oregon? And so anyways, yes, so I talked my parents into moving to Ventura. Ventura to Bakersfield wasn't that far. But then, so here I am in my senior year. I don't know anybody. I'm not going to make any friends in your senior year. And, wearing my jeans or whatever. And I'm looking at all these kids and I'm going, I wonder if there's a dress code. Why? Because all the kids, not all, that's ridiculous. There's the majority of the kids girls were wearing, dresses and skirts and looking like, wow, yeah, are they going out to a dance or something? It was just that I went to one of the high schools in Ventura where the kids, again, they're all white. I think we had one black gal in there in the whole class of seniors. And no, that's just how they dressed. We had the girls that dressed to the nines, and the guys, well, because it's Ventura, it's right on the coast, they mostly dressed like surfers. So that's where, as soon as school got out, boom, boom, that's where all the guys went. That's time to go surfing. Get your surfboards out. So, yeah, it was a culture shock when I went my last year to Buena High in Ventura. And nice school. I'm glad we didn't move at that time to Oregon. Who knows what would have happened. But anyways, so actually I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. This was dress codes for school. My next video I will make is dress codes in the workplace and how it changed while I was there. And I hope you'll enjoy it. It's kind of cool. Okay, so until part 2, have a wonderful, wonderful week. And talk to you later. Bye.